Вы смотрите программу «Неделя». На неделе разразился очередной громкий скандал на ниве искусства. Обвинители на процессе по делу организаторов выставки «ЗАПРЕТНОЕ искусство» потребовали приговорить Юрия Самодурова и Андрея Ерофеева к заключению в колонии на 3 года. Организаторы выставки даже могут оказаться за решеткой. И речь идет уже не о единичном случае, а о тенденции. На днях еще одну художницу обвинили разом и в богохульстве, и в русофобии, и все из-за ее картин. Арт-обстрел. Роман Супер выяснял, почему профессия художника в России стала опасной.
Здесь голову наклонять, а то это можете удариться.
Каждую пятницу московские хоругвеносты встречаются в своей штаб-квартире. Приглушенный свет, образа и кольчуги. Очень похоже на катакомбную церковь. Здесь даже иконы воинственные. Десантник Евгений Родионов принял мученическую смерть в Чечне. Здесь его почитают святым. Рядом висит Иван Грозный. Он тоже безусловный кумир.
Я рассматриваю Иоанна Грозного в историческом контексте как современного русского цензора, которого нам не хватает в искусстве.
Через дорогу на Берсеневке известная в узких кругах церквушка. В Москве ее называют самой радикальной из православных. Прихожане, которые год борются с мобильными телефонами, номером ИНН и даже с электричеством. Во дворике открывается прекрасный вид на храм Христа Спасителя. В этом самом дворике почти 15 лет назад и началась война современной России, религии с искусством. И напуганная художница Лена Хейдиз.
Мне звонили по телефону и писали по электронные письма, что мне нужно убить, четвертовать, там жидовка, грязь.
Вместо обоев черепа собственного производства. На полу самодельные головы ее любимого персонажа – химеры загадочной русской души. А ниже и на стенах.
Это стереотип сознания о том, что массовый человек думает, когда говорит о загадочной русской душе. Это обязательно топор, Достоевский, спутник, водка, гармошка, шапка-ушанка, все такое. Ну, как бы обычные вещи.
Загадочный русский народ, представившийся православным боевым крылом, за эту работу засыпал Лену угрозами и оскорблениями.
Я в очень неприглядном виде изобразила якобы русскую душу. На самом деле я изобразила химеру загадочной русской души, но уж никак не русскую душу.
Сейчас русские националисты пытаются возбудить против нее уголовное дело. Первая встреча с прокурором уже состоялась. Хоругвеносцы работы Лены Хейдиз поставили в один ряд с большими художниками. В смысле, посчитали бездарными.
Мы здесь сжигали Дана Брауна, Розинского, мы здесь сжигали Соловьева, когда он написал Евангелие от Соловьева. Мы многие здесь сжигали, и вот это тоже сожжем.
Сжечь все-таки не получилось.
Moscow contemporary artist Lena Heydiz said she has been interrogated by district prosecutors for allegedly inciting hatred against Russia with 2 paintings that show the country in a negative light. Heydiz said the investigator had a huge file with printouts of her comments in LiveJournal, an online diary website, and previous exhibits. She said she is being threatened with up to 2 years in prison, and that the case started after nationalists filed more than 300 complaints against her. A provocative painting by Lena Heydiz, a Moscow artist, depicts a double-headed eagle holding a vodka bottle, an anti-Semitic banner, a harmonica, a satellite, and a Dostoevsky novel. Another of her works shows Petrushka, a folklore character, peeking from behind a curtain, half of which bears obscenities and the other half a prayer. These pictures might land her in jail on charges of extremism for inciting hatred against Russians, or they might lead to the repeal of a clause in the criminal code that makes it a crime to incite ethnic hatred, which is exactly what ultranationalists want. Ultranationalists, who have been harshly targeted for inciting ethnic hatred, said they had filed complaints against Heydiz in hope that a criminal case would change the law. Moscow's Basmany district branch of the investigative committee has opened a preliminary case against Heydiz. Spokeswoman Natalia Lena-Tva said, Heydiz, 50, faces up to 2 years in prison on charges of inciting ethnic hatred and an additional 3 years for organizing the group to violate human rights, she said. Heydiz said she had no idea what the group she is charged with creating could be and that an investigator who interviewed her on Monday only mentioned the charge of inciting ethnic hatred. The investigation was opened on the request of a group of citizens who submitted their complaint about Heydiz more than 2 years ago, Lena-Tva said. She refused to identify them, citing ethical reasons. In July 2008, Basmany investigators held a preliminary inquiry into the complaint and refused to open a criminal case. But in May, Moscow city investigators ordered a new preliminary examination of the complaint. Lena-Tva said. She did not explain what prompted the reopening.
Heydiz has posted images of her paintings, including Chimera of the mysterious Russian soul with a double-headed eagle and Our Russia with the obscenity string curtain, on her LiveJournal blog. Heydiz told the Moscow Times that her artwork aimed to depict the inconsistencies of the mysterious Russian soul. Only a Russian can pray and curse simultaneously, Heydiz said. A Russian is a saint and a sinner all at once. Hades said her paintings were partly self-criticism because she was half Russian. She said she was born in the Kemerovo region and also has Jewish, Gypsy and Tatar roots. Hades said ultranationalist individuals and groups filed some 300 complaints against her back in 2008 and linked the investigation to a campaign against her that was started in the blogosphere by ultranationalists hoping to use her case to push the public into rallying against Article 282 of the Criminal Code on inciting ethnic hatred, which is often used against ultranationalists. She said the campaign was started by Natalia Kolmogorova, executive director of the ultranationalist Russian Public Movement, and Anastasia Ivanova, a writer for DPNI.org, the website of the similarly ultranationalist movement against illegal immigration. Kolmogorova confirmed by telephone Sunday that ultranationalists have actively discussed the idea of using Hades' art as a pretext to launch a campaign against Article 282. Ivanova said the campaign aimed to fight the discriminative approach when they jail anti-Semites and ultranationalists, but do not jail Russophobes. Ivanova said she could not remember who came up with the idea to target Hades, saying it was born as a spontaneous process on the LiveJournal and supported by many people at once. Hades said she got very scared when an investigator, Olga Tatarinova, called her last week and asked her to come in for an interview Monday. Tatarinova said she personally found the paintings offensive, Hades said. Tatarinova could not be reached for comment Friday or Monday. Hades said she wrote an explanation about the meaning of her paintings during Monday's interview. The skin of Lena Hades will be made into a sacred banner under which the revolutionary masses are banishing the foul regime of St. Petersburg KGB men into history's basement. Read a recent comment on Hades' blog. Amen. For our freedom and yours. So to say. Ivanova responded on her own blog. Citing a famous patriotic, Lena Hades wrote of the painting Chimera of the mysterious Russian soul in Huffington Post. Chimera of the mysterious Russian soul. I created the oil painting Chimera of the mysterious Russian soul in 1997, 19 years ago. I tried to decrypt the mysterious Russian soul. Its dichotomy dominates the discourse on Russian identity. The dichotomy between East and West, Europe and Asia, holiness and sin. In today's Russia, the dichotomy holiness and sin is of topical interest. More than half of the Russians approve the role of the Orthodox Church in state politics. Throughout history, the idea of a Russian soul has been incorporated into Russian philosophy and literature. So the painting depicts a monster of Russian soul holding in hand some toys. An axe, a bottle of vodka, a Dostoevsky novel, a satellite, Sputnik in Russian, an accordion, garmoshka, and an anti-Semitic bannerette.